Heyo and welcome to all. In the previous video we've had Alistair, so I wanted to go ahead and redesign Vox, his counterpart, to further show the contrast to one another. Alistair being creepily lanky, brittle, and almost colorless, and Vox being bulky, reinforced and colorful. First and foremost, a much more cyborg, much more living machine take on him instead of a guy in a suit with a TV ad. Being a machine, he doesn't technically need clothing, but trying to appear more modest, and if he is wearing something, he has his arms and legs have a bulky design like a suit almost, a formal and professional setting, while due to the colors and the slit open design of the actual clothing allow for better cooling, it also appears not as old school, more modern, and interesting to the public. Some tubes being closely attached to the half sleeves and trousers legs to actively combat the heat-trapping nature of the cloth, even with it being thin. Plus, it gives another interesting thing for people to look at, having a busy design to keep people's minds occupied, potentially hypnotize them, even though I'm not feeling too strongly about this part of him. I still quite enjoyed the idea of the tech guy being able to hypnotize the people with the tech, not just with some magical power system, since at this point we all are quite dependent on all of these little devices and all. Cape to cover his back, but not have actual cloth on his back, trapping any more heat, and have more air circulation, but also to give him even more bulky silhouette, give him more of an interesting shape, again contrasting heavily with Alistair. Not only that, but it felt like that due to his grand personality and overly villainous cape would fit him quite well. Maybe even overcompensating to some extent, trying to make an image for himself due to being a main contributor to the technological industry. His limbs are not attached, more being held together by magnetic fields to some extent that replace most of his joints, again showing off his hubris and supposed genius in design and technology. Cables pumping cooling liquids throughout his body like a circulatory system with matching colorly fluid. Inside his most precious leftover, the heart-like structure that constantly pumps his cooling fluids like actual heart, giving him something organic in contrast to all of the mechanical body that he has. I do love the idea of him upgrading himself over time, but instead of full-on upgrades, discarding any old part, he has to keep what he was made of. He had to keep what made him who he is, the most defining feature of his, still having to keep this main part, his first ever head. Being an old school box TV, stored in his chest more or less. I imagine the design to his face has to actually be animated and synced like a VTO almost, upgrading over time from choppy to smooth and simpler designs, as the industry at the moment also goes for more minimalist designs. So does this animated face. The OG face, I feel like, would have been a glitchy version of his human face actually, like he was trapped in the TV. And not a TV himself. Once updated, he'd work with some artists together who'd do the first design to get away from this humanity, and this becoming more and more of a thing, to the point we see it now, very simplistic, stylized, inhuman. The loss of humanity would be a major theme, being a very mortal person at first in hell, and while he was still living, but due to the upgrades, replacing his own living tissue with more and more mechanics, point he was almost only machine he had created and not become at his first arrival in hell. With each upgrade, with each replaced piece, he'd become more mechanical, even in person, calculated, losing what defined him, losing the ability to feel emotion, becoming utterly a machine. Others not realizing due to the performing nature he had become one on screen, not just for others, but himself, as well as he is himself just a screen at this point. His collaboration with Valentino being firstly due to the possible admiration he felt, understanding that collaboration with an already known and powerful overlord would help him get better resources, reach more people, become powerful himself. Velvet helping with the design process during all of this. But again, over time, losing his emotion, becoming cold to this quote-unquote partners in maybe more ways than just professional. They can only watch Vox become something different, themselves distancing from him, eventually possibly leaving him due to being sick of this mechanic nature, the loss of humanity that he has cursed with in a way, forcing him to have the need to progress, become better than human, but this human part being the only thing that lets people be interested in him, his partners be there for him. His followers eventually abandoning him, simply can't captivate his audience like he did when he understood the human mind as a human and not machine. Much less he would be able to understand his partners due to just being machine at this point. His loneliness being his own personal hell, his punishment for being involved, emotional, manipulative, on Earth, being a people's person, but unable to realize that his changing is driving everyone away. I think those would be all of my notes to this redesign. This losing of his humanity would be like my major rewrite. And I hope you have a good time with the rest of the time-lapse.
All aboard, hit the road. All the bullshit can't be ignored. It's hard to place All the problems make me wanna go like a bad girl straight to video. Little darling, welcome to the show. You're a failure played in stereo. So amazing, I never said it, no never said it. It's suffocating, suffocating. I never noticed, no never noticed. Your beauty's fading, it's fading.
person they talk about in all the books. I'm that perspective you cannot doubt. See how I look. Control the narrative reliably. Baby, it's all about me. And I wrote the book about throwing the book at those who don't do it by it. So now I'm holding myself hostage. Stockholm lusters looks like justice, and enough lefts don't make the right, but two wrongs too. Old man Sun Tzu would love this. Beating my dead high horse off the high road to low ground. Cause if you shake your fist at snakes and grass, it looks like punching down. So God forbid I'm seen just as an average human being. I mean, imagine if protagonists just died in the first scene. I'm the gap between a tragedy and comedy. Don't come at me, I'm the main character and you have to like me. I loot plot armor from NPCs. Well, they are to me. Trite tropes, traits, traumas, trinkets, and treats. It's all XP. Look in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's super ego. The underdog gets your foe. Villain Heroes are everywhere. That's how I know that I'm a hero. So tie me to the train tracks, laughing snidely, twisting mustache snidely, whiplash for is bad enough, ignore me's bad enough. Where do you get off? That's Vidania, darling. Daleks in high collars monologue, and I outsmart them with the rake and the squeal. So God forbid I'm seen just as an average human being. I mean, imagine if protagonists just died in the first scene. I'm the gap between a tragedy and comedy. Don't come at me, I'm the main character and you have to like me. What my cover shows, author becomes beyond reproach. You don't know the prose or if the spine is still intact. Oh, like Alice fell to Wonderland, come astroturf my old tent, embolden my demand to live by the alternative facts. Her Majesty, says the royal we, demand a standard of loyalty, an agreement to be reverent, lick the Emperor's new boots. The court fool got in the guillotine, the witch is the stake, you the dopamine, and Siemens made the Zyklon beam, but we all still get the flu. We all do what we need to get through. It's nothing new, but I ain't done a fucking thing to you. So God forbid I'm seen just as an average human being. I mean, imagine if antagonists lacked any evil scheme. I'm the gap between a tragedy and comedy. Don't come at me, I'm the main character and you have to like me.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'd be the first. Welcome to the internet. Come and take a seat. Would you like to see the news or any famous women's feet? There's no need to panic. This isn't a test. Just nod or shake your head and we'll do the rest. Welcome to the internet. What would you prefer? Would you like to fight?